I really like dashboards because I love data. I feel like data tells the story, child. Like if you ever confused about something, data's gonna tell you. The biggest thing is that when you do any dashboard, it's always gonna take a human to start it. Just like AI, just like ChatGPT, like you always need a human to start it. Mika, well, where the hell we get these dashboards from? The plan is that you know enough about your organization, you know enough about your goals, you know enough about what you need to do, that you already know, I need this in my dashboard, I need that in my dashboard, I wanna capture this, I really wanna stun them with this, I really wanna see improvement in this areas. So those are the things that you may keep in your dashboard. Hey y'all, this is Tamika, the face behind Heyyy HR, and I am so excited to talk about this topic. I feel like on so many videos, I've been constantly talking about how to start the job, how to get the job. Now we're gonna talk about how to do the job. And this is the realm I wanna be in for a while. So help me out. If I missed something or you're anxious to hear about a topic, please leave it in the comments and let me know below. Today is gonna be real juicy. We're gonna talk about HR dashboards. HR dashboards are so helpful. And I think we get confused because we think that there's just like one HR dashboard, we go for that and that's it. Your HR dashboard should be catered to what you need to see, what results you need to see driven out of your department, out of your organization. Your HR dashboard should be driven not only to compliance, not only to productivity, but also kind of tied to the company's goals. If you want to know more about HR dashboards, then definitely keep watching. So first, let's just define exactly like what the definition is for HR dashboard, or according to latest. And I really like latest. Is it latest, latest, whatever? I really like them because they're really more and more like involved in HR more than I've ever seen them before. So I really value their opinion and what they suggest. And so their definition of an HR dashboard is a business intelligence tool that aggregates and visualizes data from different HR systems to enable better decision making. So the point is that it'll give you an overview of key metrics all in one location. Like let's say we're doing an HR dashboard for recruiting specifically. Maybe we want to see how many applications we're getting per position, how long is it taking us to get from application to interview, how long is it taking us to get from application to hire. So you have your HR recruiting dashboard. You can have a massive dashboard that has multiple areas in it. And I'm just going to warn you that this video is going to be very touch-based, but the next video we're going to dive in a little bit deeper. One thing I do want you to know is that they're all types of HR dashboards. So people would immediately go for HR department dashboard. You don't have to have an HR department dashboard, and that shouldn't be your only one. You can have a compliance dashboard, you can have finance dashboard, you can have an IT dashboard, you can have an operations dashboard. There's tons of dashboards that you actually can create. I am so in love with the fact that you can have multiple different types of dashboards. HR dashboard is one dashboard that has all HR metrics visualized in one place. You can also have a recruiting dashboard if you don't want a full HR dashboard, you just want to focus on recruiting, or maybe you're the recruiting department and your recruiting dashboard feeds into the HR dashboard. You can have any business unit dashboards. I already talked to you about like different departments that can have their own dashboard. You can have a workers' comp dashboard. Maybe you're in a very risky industry and every time you look at having a claim, you really want to decrease those claims. You really want to see if they're the same type of claims. Maybe you want to see if there's some training that needs to be involved to decrease these different types of issues or incidences, or anytime that an employee may hurt themselves on the job. You can even have an FMLA dashboard. So that's super helpful too, because now you will know, okay, who's coming back next? Who do we need to send this notice to? Who do we need to which managers do we need to update? Which systems we may need to reopen. And so you can actually have an FMLA dashboard as well. And then you can always have an engagement dashboard where you know what the employee engagement is like. How many people are leaving for this reason? How many people have said they stayed for this reason? What does the overall tenure look like across the organization? What does it look like in each department? You can also have a company dashboard where your entire company brings all of its department dashboards all into one place. So now you see this full company dashboard. Or maybe they might only want to have dashboards feed into it for the departments that work together, where one department's work is dependent on another one, or they collaborate a whole lot. Or you can even have an individual dashboard. Child, I love me a good old individual dashboard because I like seeing like How much am I improving? When you keep track of that, not only will that help you with your annual review, but that'll also help you with getting a new job, that'll help you with getting a promotion, because you're tracking your own individual goals. Now that's super duper aggressive. I think that's more for my planner community. I absolutely love planners. If you don't want to be that detailed, or if you don't have a system that feeds into that dashboard, then you don't really need that dashboard. It'll be nice if you have dashboards that feed from your HRS, that feeds from your ATS, that feeds from your compliance reports or your compliance systems, that feeds from your benefit feeds. And so that's really good, because then you kind of take out the human error. Now, don't think that's going to take this all away from you. The biggest thing is that when you do any dashboard, it's always going to take a human to start it. Just like AI, just like ChatGPT, you always need a human to start it. The plan is that you know enough about your organization, you know enough about your goals, you know enough about what you need to do, that you already know for sure without a shadow of a doubt, like, I need this in my dashboard, I need that in my dashboard, I want to capture this, I really want to stun them with this, I really want to see improvement in this areas. So those are the things that you may keep in your dashboard. Now the next thing is that you may be wondering, Tamika, well, where the hell we get these dashboards from? Okay, so if you have a data team, I would give it to them and let them rock and roll. In the past, not currently now, but in the past at a previous organization that I worked for, I had an amazing data analyst, and I would literally like give her my information. She'd put it in Power BI. Some people may put it in Tableau, but she would put it in Power BI and make the most amazing dashboards. And so I would use those like snippets of a dashboard over a period of time. Maybe I just want to see for the last 30 days, the last 60 days, and I would present those in my meetings. So some people use a dashboard just to track metrics, see how things are going, see where they need to pivot, see where they can improve, see if there's an improvement or a decline. And others may say, I want to make sure that others can see within my department, can see how I'm affecting their department. And so that's what I use it for. I primarily use dashboards for recruitment. I think I kept a workers' comp dashboard there too, but I was really heavy on recruitment because we were doing aggressive recruiting strategy. And I just love that not only could I give her this data, but she can eat that data down. So I can take this recruitment dashboard and say, okay, tell me how many candidates I had in each role. Then I can go a layer deeper. Tell me how many people made it to an interview. Tell me where I found these candidates. So now not only can I see, is my interview process progressing well, where I'm not keeping people waiting on me for 60 days, 90 days, forever, but I also can see where is the place where I'm attracting the most candidates, because that's probably where I want to put more money into that recruitment. Maybe instead of me paying for just 30 days of posting that job there, I want to pay for 60 days of posting that job there because I get the most candidates from them. To take it even a step deeper, I would ask her, of these candidates that I found from this resource, they came from this place, then please help me understand how many of them made it to an interview. Because I can have different places, like Indeed was one where I get a ton of applicants, but they weren't candidates that fit the role. But if I posted it on like maybe a college dashboard or Purple Briefcase or something like that, I realized that more of those candidates not only made it in the interview, but they made it further along in the interview. So I really like dashboards because I love data. I feel like data tells the story, child. Like if you ever confused about something, data's going to tell you. You're going to get this data from inputs into different systems. So you can absolutely manually create this data. That's one way to get the data, is where you can say, okay, I'm going to pull this report, I'm going to pull that report, I'm going to put it into an Excel sheet, and I'm going to feed this Excel sheet into a pie chart, maybe a bar graph or whatever, right? So you're doing it manually, right? Where you're taking this information, you're pulling it from systems and then combining it maybe into one Excel sheet. That'd be the best place to put it if you're doing it manually. And then you could see it where you can make like pivot tables, or maybe you can make pie charts, whatever, so that you can see like a visual of what that data looks like. So that's a snippet of a dashboard, right? Mainly when you're doing it manually, you either have somebody constantly pulling these reports, constantly plugging this data, constantly putting it together, or you just want to see one snapshot over one period of time for one thing. Now you can always make these dashboards from them feeding from your applicant tracking system, from them feeding from your HRS, and then it could feed into one spreadsheet and maybe make itself constantly change. Now you don't really get Excel to change all the time because Excel is manual, but what you can use is a system that will make it constantly grow in. So that's where you probably want to get your developers, you want to get your IT folks. There are different databases that you can use, and you'll pay like an extra fee, and it'll feed from your systems to create your dashboard for you. Now, another thing that you can do is you can say, okay, I have these two Excel sheets that given me maybe my FMLA data over here, my workers' comp data over here, because I want to see how many people are out on leave, how long they're out on leave, and I want to make one dashboard for leave. So maybe you want an FMLA dashboard, a workers' comp dashboard, maybe you want a vacation dashboard, maybe you want a holiday dashboard, maybe you want a bereavement one, and they don't all even have to be individual dashboards, but that's the information you can pull to get one leave dashboard, like how many people are out on leave, why are they out on leave, are we processing these leaves quickly. A lot of times you'll see dashboards can be used when you feel, or a department may feel like they don't have enough staff on hand. So you use this dashboard to say, this is how much work we're bringing in, this is how much one person is doing, this is how many hours they're working to do it, and obviously they're working way too much. Everybody's getting overtime, or everybody is calling out sick because they work so much, now they're sick. Or maybe one person may leave out for bereavement and now the whole thing crashes and we run behind on everything. I absolutely need another person to give my people time to be able to take leave. Like, that's a benefit you should have. People have lives outside of their jobs. So maybe you want a leave dashboard. I'm gonna tell you, if you're like, Tamika, all of this is over my head. I've been working at HR for the last 2-3 years and I have never heard of a dashboard. I've never used a dashboard. I've never created a dashboard, but I definitely want a dashboard, right? So if that is the case, I have HR to HR Pro career mentoring. HR to HR Pro career mentoring is different from my EE to HR. So EE is what we call in HR, we call those employees. And so if you're just a regular employee that doesn't work in HR, I absolutely have a career mentoring that's launched right now that you can use, where you can start with me and we'll work through your resume, we'll work through some job strategies to help you become an HR professional. If you're pivoting from whatever career, if you're like, I've always worked as an admin assistant, you know, I used to work in a whole different career field, but HR is where I want to be. Maybe I was in HR years ago and I want to come back in. EE to HR is for you. But if you've been working in HR for the last 2-5 years and you just feel like this is so new to you and you really want to develop your skills more, you really want to understand how to perhaps even make your own KPIs, because I definitely had a video all on KPIs where you can talk about your different key indicators that you can perform really, really well. And you're hearing them tell you about all these KPIs and you're like, how the hell do I get there? Nobody trained me. Nobody taught me how to do this, Tamika. I'm so confused. They're always asking me for stuff and I don't even know where to go. I'm doing stuff and it's taking me forever. Then guess what? HR to HR Pro is for you. HR to HR Pro will be launching next month in October. Right now, it's literally September 29th. If you want to be the first to get on HR to HR Pro, then you definitely want to join my email list. I'll leave the link in the description box. HR to HR Pro will be launched to my email list, folks, first, and then I'll launch it to the public. But I definitely want to give those folks on my email list the first chance to grab my schedule. For those of you who may be finding me for the absolutely first time, welcome, my friend. I'm Tamika Green. I am a seasoned HR professional, been in the game for 11 years. I not only have a double master's degree, but I also have the HR Senior Certified Professional Certification. I currently sit as a global HR business partner. I've been everything else in HR, from HR assistant to HR director. So happy to have you here. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and hit the like button. I'd love if you subscribe. For those of you who are returning, hey girl, hey. So happy to have you back. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not hit that bell to make sure you get notifications, then you definitely want to make sure that you get those notifications, because the next video up, you cannot miss. I'm going to tell you all about how you can use HR dashboards. What do I use them for? Tell me, where do I gather them? What does it look like? I'm going to have that all in the next video, so definitely hit the bell. See y'all on the next one.